And welcome to the Monday live angel message. It's Rachel here, and I've got some cards, new cards actually, that I'm working with, and I'm going to pull you for a reading for the week ahead. So we are right at Monday, the 27th of April, and this is the reading for the whole week. So I've got a lot to talk to you about today. I want to talk to you about lifting up your self-worth and knowing that you're worthy of the good things that are coming for you. I want to talk to you about divine love, how you can connect in with that. And of course, there's the messages from the angels for this week. So let's get started. I'd love to know how you are going as we hit another week of isolation and social distancing and all of the things that are becoming a little bit more familiar to us now. But we're also going through this intense energy shift, which is probably the best way to talk about it, as there's a lot more high vibrational energy coming in, and a lot more people are waking up. And by waking up, I mean you're becoming more aware. You're becoming more aware of yourself as who you are, maybe reconnecting with lost parts of yourself, abandoned parts of yourself. Maybe you are really reaching into the core of who you are, which is your soul. You know, when you connect with your soul, you feel free, you feel lighter, you feel more like the real you, unburdened, not weighed down by all of the things that have happened to you or the things that you've been through or the hard stuff about life. You reconnect with that spark inside of you, and that's why it's so important to do personal development, to connect spiritually, to understand yourself as a whole human, you know, spiritually, emotionally, physically, mentally, and on a soul level, because that helps you to not only overcome the challenges that happen in life, but also walk the true path that's there for you. And I think when you connect with your soul, you become much more aware of your self-worth. And self-worth is so essential to your well-being, your whole well-being, your health, your happiness, spiritually, energetically, all of it. And because if you don't think you're worthy on some level, if you're waiting for someone else to prove your worthiness, whether that's a relationship or friends or someone who should have apologized to you years ago or, through fame and fortune, if you're waiting for something or someone else to affirm your worthiness, then you are actually saying, hold on a minute, universe, angels. I don't believe I can have the things that I really want. I don't believe I can be healthy in my body and have the maybe even have the figure that you want. I don't believe that I can have love in my life. I don't believe I can have the abundance and work that I love. I don't believe that I can have peace because I don't believe I'm worthy. I'm waiting for someone else. And so subconsciously, you don't realize that the karma, the effect of you not feeling worthy is that you are holding yourself in limbo and not allowing good things to happen to you. And then what happens from that is that negative things happen to you because unworthiness, guilt, shame, and look, a lot of people have been raised in or taught or surrounded by a shame model of feeling body shamed or feeling ashamed of yourself because you're a female or ashamed of yourself because you weren't acting out the traditional gender role of a male or a female, whatever that is. And there's, I even noticed online the other day, I really love Dr. Christiane Northrup. If you've not followed her yet, follow her on Facebook or Instagram. And she's very honest and truthful, and she's a truth speaker, and she's very wise as well. She's written many books. And there were people who don't like her opinion at the moment of what she's saying. And they're saying, shame on you, which is like a curse, isn't it? It's like you're, when you say on you, or you point at someone and you say you are a bad person, is that you're trying to curse that person. You're throwing or projecting an idea upon them. And we've all had that happen at some stage in our lives. And if you accept that in any way, shape, or form, even if a little tiny driplet of it drops through into your energy field, that shame can stick, and it can start to attach to other feelings you have about yourself, like low self-worth, guilt, not feeling good enough, not knowing yourself fully, not fully appreciating your whole self, feeling lack and scarcity or depression. It attaches, and it's like a virus, right? It starts to have an effect on you. It starts to work through your system and start to create a filter between you and the world, where you start to see through that filter. So we must be careful ourselves that we don't project negative energy on others, because while some people may not be susceptible to it because they have done the work, they have awakened, they've taken responsibility for who they are and for healing those broken parts, those wounds that have been inflicted or just created. And then there are people who are vulnerable, who maybe haven't done the work or don't know how to do the work, or don't even access the work and aren't at that stage yet. And so therefore, if you are projecting shame and blame and guilt and anger and horribleness on other people, then you are shrinking them. And obviously, it's a challenge that they have to get over, but you are kind of responsible for that. So you need to be careful of what you say, right? Even if it's, in the midst of an angry text. But also we have to be aware of what has been done to us, because that shaming affects your self-esteem, and then you start to manifest from that place. And that's what I'm saying, is that the negative things that happen are often the karma, the effect of the ideas that you have ingested in your system. And we're not blaming other people for that, because at some point you have to take responsibility of healing. The things that you've ingested, the decision you made to accept whatever it was, and then that becomes the energy that you're radiating, and then that attracts a lower vibration to you. So it's not your fault, but it's maybe time to make a change. It's a time to make a decision right now, because we're in this time of shift, awakening. You're becoming more aware. You're aware of the things that have been pulling you down. You're aware of the things that maybe are toxic and don't serve you, in you and out externally. You're becoming aware of the things that don't feel right and are out of alignment for you. You're becoming aware of the things that now you need to make a new decision about. And that's what awakening is. And so another part of this that the angels were speaking to me about this morning was that not to try and convince other people. A lot of light workers and loving people tend to try and tell other people, really got to do this, and this will really help you, and this will really, if you could just change this, or if you could just see things how I see them, if you could just believe in angels, if you could just take the right vitamins, if you could just watch this YouTube video, is that we want our loved ones and the people around us, or even your group, to understand what you understand. And that's good, but we have to recognize that not everyone is ready. And so they need to wake up in their own energetic time. And you just need to hold space for your own beliefs, your own changes, the ways that you need to lift your own self-esteem, all of those things. And if it's something like a strong faith in angels, and you really want your partner to believe in angels too, and they don't waste your energy trying to make that person, because what that does is it drops your vibration and it seeps and leaks energy out of you, and you start to lose your own faith. Because what you're saying is, I'm afraid if that person doesn't get what I want them to get, then I'm not allowed to have it, or that it's not real, or our relationship won't last, or something like that. So you have to be aware of the fear and know that the fear is what's driving you. Whereas if you hold your own presence of faith and peace and belief and clarity, then you are going to radiate that. And when you radiate that, that has an osmosis effect on other people. It might not be that person straight away. They might never change, and you have to respect that. But your energy lifts up the planet, it lifts up others just by you being. But it's also the lifting up, the awareness, the awakeness that you're getting at the moment. So you might go, okay, suddenly I believe in angels, or suddenly I recognize energy, or suddenly I'm realizing I've held low self-esteem for a long time and that's been attracting negative situations to me, and I've put my opinion of myself in the hands of another. And that other isn't, not only not shouldn't have my self-worth in their hands, but they are not good guardians for that, because they don't believe in themselves. They don't have a strong opinion of themselves that is created from love. You know, some people are very arrogant, but that isn't created from love. So then when you have that awareness and that awakeness, what do? You have to change. You have to change something. You have to pull your power back. You have to start to work on your self-esteem. And what I think a lot of spiritual people do is a spiritual bypass. And by that I mean is they immediately go, oh, here's some information. I'm going to use that on other people around me and not on myself. Because just because I've become aware of it, I believe that I've changed. But you haven't. You've got to do the work. So the angels really want you this week to do the work and to pull your energy back from trying to fix other people, trying to convince other people. You know, whether it's of some theory that you have about COVID-19, whether it's what you think people should be doing about COVID-19, whether it's your, belief in angels and energy and spirit and God, it doesn't matter. You have to allow other people to have their journey and you have your journey. And that creates really good karma, I have to tell you. And then you make your shift. Of course, unless you're someone who is a spiritual teacher or a spiritual healer, or a health worker, then of course it's your, part of your job to help people. But the people that want your help will come to you rather than you having to batter someone who isn't open into being open, because what that does is just make them close even more. So no spiritual bypasses, time to focus on yourself, because this big shift and this big awakening is all about you. So it's like everyone's waiting for you to get on the bus. And I'm talking to all of us. We've got to get rid of the things within us that are not serving the light, that are blocking. And we've got to align ourselves and start to believe and hold space for the things that lift us up. And as you lift up, then you are bringing that light for others. So this is what is happening at the moment, and this is what's being called. So, one way to look at it is that we're being sort of put in isolation because this is giving us a chance to do this. And, there isn't a hidden negative agenda necessarily. I'll leave that to other people to talk about. There is an awakening agenda, a good agenda of like, okay, under this high pressure, people are starting to go, okay, I've been sitting on my own for a long time now, and I'm noticing things about myself that I'm not really sure I like. I'm noticing things about my life that I'm not really sure I like. How am I going to change this? And, maybe instead of waiting for a toxic person in shit that you're in to wake up and get it so that you can be happy, maybe it's time for you to realize they're not going to get it, and I've got to move forward. Fix it, accept it, or walk away. Can I accept it? Is this livable? Can my life be fulfilled if I stay in the nation? Can I fix it? Probably not if it's about the others and changing. They have to fix it. Is there something about me that I can change that might have that effect? Maybe. Or do I have to walk away if those other two things are not available? So I also want to say, don't spend all of your time thinking about this. Like, put out an intention and then say that you want it, maybe some time every day meditating, but also have rest, have Netflix movies, have, walks. I think you can make it a bit too intense on yourself. Okay. So let's see what the angels have to say for us today. Okay. All right, so the first card out, this is my new deck by Redley Valentine. Seven of Gabrielle. Now it shows an angel on a Pegasus flying out into the sky. Look at the light, look at the clouds of the storms. But there's this feeling of strong protection. Are you guys getting the jumping screen like I'm getting? There's this feeling of strong protection. And this is about lifting yourself up and having faith, believing in yourself. I mean, how synchronistic is this? And also having confidence and standing up, claiming your power and standing in that power of what you believe in, what you believe to be true. So this is an action card. Like, this is the present situation. It's showing us how things are. So there's a lot of darkness around, but there's also a lot of light. There's rainbow in the clouds. We've got spiritual protection, and we're moving towards the light. We're leaving the storm behind. So also a 7 is about moving forward. Keep going. You're on the right track. So you're being lifted into the realm of the soul. But this is about having confidence, knowing your worth, and standing by it. What you believe in is true for you. What you want for your life is divinely inspired. So you have a right to go for it. The guidance card is the Chariot, another 7. So this is about the guidance this week, the steps that you can take. And this is about determination, self-control, career advancement, success. So you're well on your way to making a difference, to making a change. It's going to bring success and happiness to you. Now, you are driven, so there is this energy of movement. So if you feel inspired this week to do something, to change something, to work on a project, maybe you're getting divinely inspired ideas. We're working at the moment in my program. I'm working with some beautiful people, and we're working on messages from the soul. You know, you can spend a little bit of time every day asking the soul and what God and the angels want you to know. And it's like when you get that inspiration, you start to act on it. So it feels like the energy isn't going to feel so stagnant this week. And that's mostly because of you. And then finally, the outcome card is 9. So this is completion. A 9 is a completion. It's the end of a spiritual lesson. It's awakening. It's a recognition of how far you've come, going through a period of spiritual growth. And it's about getting answers and clarity. But often, mostly, this is about the hermit. He's about solitude. So it's often through meditation and through communicating with your guides and your angels and connecting with divine love. So this is then, once you've got that inspiration, you know, I think one of the challenges for us at the moment is there are so many opinions out there. There's so much. I mean, YouTube must be, 20 times, 100 times more used at the moment than ever before. There's lots of videos to watch, right? But eventually you've got to pull it in and decide, what's my truth? What do I believe? What's my inner voice telling me? What is, what's coming through to me? So it feels like this week you're going to get some answers. You're going to get some clarity for your own life. And also you're going to be able to inspire others. And so the the card that I got from the Rebecca Campbell deck, you can't see it in the light. It's longing for home, homesick for the stars, longing for that connection for heaven. So there's another guidance this week of really, please meditate, because meditate is like phoning home. You receive that divine white light through you. So I'll do another video probably later or tomorrow about divine love. I'm doing a divine love activation webinar in May, and it's all about relationships, connecting to the divine love of the universe, being able to harmonize the energy within you and attract the love and harmony and peace that you want in your relationships, in your whole life. So this is about being able to lift your vibration to the vibration of love. And from that place, everything is more beautiful and more peaceful. So thanks so much, everyone. I'm going to sign off now. Yeah, it is jumpy, right? I don't know. why. So thanks for being here. Hi Dee, hi Mel, hi Juanita, hey Debbie and Yana. Hey Jamie, hope you enjoyed the webinar. Erica, thank you. I appreciate you all. Thank you. So lots of love to you all. Now I've got to work out how to sign off. Okay. Angel blessings.